Have you ever felt lost trying to figure out the best time to invest in Bitcoin? Complicated charts, technical terms, and confusing predictions can make anyone want to give up. But what if I told you there's a much simpler way to understand the cryptocurrency market? Today, I'm going to introduce you to a powerful tool that turns all this confusion into something clear and straightforward: the Bitcoin rainbow chart. Forget complex analyses and uncertain forecast, because with this tool, you'll easily see the best times to enter or exit a market position, all with the help of an intuitive, colorful chart. Imagine a chart that, instead of confusing you, clearly shows what's happening in the market, using a rainbow of colors to guide you. This is the Bitcoin rainbow chart, a tool based on solid mathematics called logarithmic regression, which smooths out Bitcoin's wild price swings over time and presents them in a visually appealing and easy-to-understand way. For those who want to get into Bitcoin without getting lost, this is an essential tool. But you might be wondering, what makes this chart different from others? The answer is simple. It doesn't try to predict the future with complicated formulas or terms you only understand after hours of study. Instead, it uses colors that reflect different market sentiments such as fear, euphoria, caution, and optimism, and clearly shows when Bitcoin may be undervalued or overvalued. And it does all of this with a simplicity you never thought possible in the world of cryptocurrencies. So if you're tired of getting lost in endless information and want to finally understand how Bitcoin dynamics work, stay with me, because what I'm about to explain may change the way you view the market forever. The great advantage of the Bitcoin rainbow chart is that it transforms complex analysis into something anyone can understand. You don't have to be an expert to know when the market is in a low phase, where more experienced investors see opportunities, or in a high phase, when many start to get greedy and prices skyrocket. With it, you can make more informed decisions by visualizing everything on a simple chart that uses colors, like a traffic light, indicating when it's safe to move forward and when it's time to be cautious. And this clarity is what makes the Bitcoin rainbow chart an indispensable tool for those who want to navigate the cryptocurrency market without getting lost. Now that you understand the basic concept of the Bitcoin rainbow chart, let's dive deeper into how it works in practice and how you can use it to make smart investment decisions. Imagine you're looking at the chart and see Bitcoin's price positioned in the blue or dark green band, known as fire sale or accumulate. This is the moment when the market is dominated by fear and uncertainty. Many investors are selling their positions, either out of panic or because they believe the price will fall even further. But this is where the strategy of the more experienced comes in. These colors indicate that Bitcoin is undervalued, and savvy investors see this as a buying opportunity. It's like finding a piece of gold being sold at a bargain price. This perception is essential for any investor who wants to maximize their long-term gains. When the price is in the fire sale or accumulate zones, the market is full of uncertainties, and many are afraid to hold their positions. But if you understand how the rainbow chart works, you'll see that these downturns are ideal opportunities to buy at a low price and wait for it to rise in the future. Many great investors, including renowned names like Warren Buffett and other market visionaries, always say, "Be greedy when others are fearful." And that's exactly what the rainbow chart facilitates. It helps you spot these moments of opportunity, often hidden amid market chaos and volatility. As Bitcoin's price rises, the rainbow chart begins to change color, moving into bands that range from green to light orange, such as still, cheap, and hodl. These bands indicate that the market is in a more neutral phase, where the price is still attractive but no longer at the scary lows of the fire sale zones. For those who have already invested, this is the time to hold tight and watch the growth unfold, without rushing to sell. The idea here is to observe how the market reacts, and if the chart continues to show positive signs, you can maintain your positions, taking advantage of continuous appreciation. But let's go further, because the rainbow chart not only helps identify good buying moments, but it also warns you when This insight is essential for any investor who wants to maximize their long-term gains. When the price is in the fire sale or accumulate zones, the market is filled with uncertainties, and many are afraid to hold their positions. But if you understand how the rainbow chart works, you'll realize that these downturns are ideal opportunities to buy low and wait for the price to rise in the future. Many great investors, including renowned names like Warren Buffett and other market visionaries, always say, "Be greedy when others are fearful." And this is precisely what the rainbow chart facilitates. It helps you identify these moments of opportunity, often hidden amid the chaos and volatility of the market. As the price of Bitcoin rises, the rainbow chart begins to change color, moving into bands ranging from green to light orange, like still, cheap, and hodl. These bands indicate that the market is in a more neutral phase, where the price is still attractive but no longer at the scary lows of the fire sale zones. For those who have already invested, this is the time to hold firm and follow the growth, without rushing to sell. The idea here is to observe how the market reacts, and if the chart continues to show positive signals, you can maintain your positions, taking advantage of the continued appreciation. But let's go further, because the rainbow chart not only helps to identify good buying moments but also warns you when the market is on red alert. As the price of Bitcoin advances to the hotter zones of the chart, like the orange, red, and even an intense scarlet tone labeled FOMO and sell. Seriously sell. This indicates that the market is in a state of euphoria. FOMO stands for fear of missing out, which is when we see accelerated growth, with many novice investors rushing in, desperate to buy at any cost. But it's at this point that the risk of a sharp correction is greatest, and the rainbow chart helps you realize it's time to exercise caution. Understanding how the Bitcoin rainbow chart works is like learning to read the cryptocurrency market in a simple visual language. When the price of Bitcoin starts entering the higher bands of the chart, those ranging from orange to intense red, the alert needs to be on. Why? Because these bands are called FOMO and sell. Seriously sell, and indicate that the market may be overvalued. This means the price is rising rapidly, typically driven by euphoria and the fear of missing out on gains. When everyone starts buying desperately, it's a sign that the market may be reaching a peak, and the possibility of a correction is on the horizon. For those with experience in the market, this is a red flag. Major investors, like those who have stood out during Bitcoin's cycles of highs and lows, understand that the key is knowing when to exit. Selling at the right time can ensure you capture the maximum profits before the market adjusts prices downward, and the rainbow chart is precisely the tool that helps you see this movement coming before it's too late. When Bitcoin is in the hotter zones of the chart, it's a clear signal that it may be time to consider selling or, at the very least, to prepare for a potential drop. Remember, the cryptocurrency market is known for its quick and drastic swings, and being prepared is key to avoiding panic. Another important aspect of the rainbow chart is its simplicity. There's no need to understand complicated technical analysis formulas to know what's happening. The chart's clarity is its strength. It's perfect for beginners looking for a tool that provides immediate insights, without hours of study. This doesn't mean you should use the rainbow chart as your only guide, but rather as a compass pointing to where the market might be leaning. Successful business people with financial market experience always recommend diversifying sources of information, and the rainbow chart is a visual component that complements this strategy. Of course, we can't forget that the rainbow chart, while useful, has its limitations. It's based on historical data, and like any tool that relies on past information, it can't predict with 100% certainty what will happen. External factors such as new regulations, large investors moving significant amounts, or global events can quickly shift the market's direction. That's why it's essential not to rely solely on it for decision-making, but to use it as support for your overall investment strategy. Keeping up with market news, global trends, and the behavior of Bitcoin's whales are elements you should combine with the rainbow chart's insights for a complete view. Now, let's explore how you can apply the Bitcoin rainbow chart to your investment strategy, especially if you're considering a long-term approach. One of the most popular ways to invest in Bitcoin is through the method known as dollar cost averaging. This technique consists of investing a fixed amount of money at regular intervals, regardless of Bitcoin's price at the time. This is where the rainbow chart becomes a powerful tool. With it, you can identify when the market is in a low phase, the blue and green zones indicating undervaluation. During these periods, by consistently investing, you purchase more Bitcoin with the same amount, potentially increasing future gains when the market rebounds. Top investors and finance experts often say, it's not about timing the market, but about time in the market. The dollar cost averaging strategy works well for those who prefer building their position gradually, rather than worrying about the perfect time to buy and sell. By using the rainbow chart as a guide, you have a clear view of when the market is in a downturn, allowing you to feel more confident in continuing to invest even when overall sentiment seems negative. This consistency, combined with an understanding of the chart's colors, can be the difference between making impulsive decisions and investing securely and calmly. Now, imagine you're investing regularly and see Bitcoin's price gradually rising on the rainbow chart, moving from the accumulation zones to areas like still cheap or hodl. This indicates that the market is stabilizing and your investment is starting to yield results. However, the real advantage comes when you begin observing market behavior as it approaches the FOMO and sell zones. This is when the chart helps you maintain discipline. Even if prices continue to rise and the temptation to sell and realize profits grows, You know that selling prematurely might make you miss out on even greater gains. On the other hand, the rainbow chart allows you to assess if euphoria is reaching a critical point, signaling a possible correction. Using the rainbow chart in this way is like having a visual guide to understanding the psychological behavior of the market. This is one of the tool's greatest strengths. It translates investors' collective sentiment into colors, making it easier to read complex patterns. Imagine being in a market that seems to be in absolute chaos, with conflicting news, apocalyptic predictions, and promises of astronomical gains. Having a clear and objective view like the rainbow chart offers can be the anchor that keeps you steady, even when everyone around is acting on impulse. It's this clarity that allows you to act wisely and confidently, without being swayed by the emotions of the moment. Now, let's understand a crucial point: how the Bitcoin rainbow chart can help you avoid common traps in the cryptocurrency market. When Bitcoin's price reaches zones like FOMO or seriously sell, it's easy to get caught up in excitement and unrestrained optimism. At this stage, the market is saturated with hype, and many new investors start buying because they fear missing out on the growth wave. However, those with more experience know that when everyone is buying, it might be the right time to sell. The rainbow chart acts as a visual alert, indicating when demand is inflated and when it may be wise to consider taking profits before the market corrects itself. A classic example of this occurred at the end of 2017, when Bitcoin reached record levels, close to $20,000. At that moment, euphoria was at its peak, and many investors entered the market thinking the price would keep rising indefinitely. But shortly after, there was an abrupt drop, and Bitcoin's price plummeted, surprising those who had bought at the height of the FOMO wave. If you had used the rainbow chart, you would have seen that the price was in the red zone, suggesting the asset was overvalued. And this could have been a signal to reconsider your strategy and perhaps sell before the correction. It's not about predicting the future, but about being prepared and understanding typical market behavior. The psychology behind cryptocurrency investment can be treacherous. When prices are high, it seems like everything is going well, and the temptation to follow the crowd is strong. But it's during these moments that the greatest risks are hidden. The rainbow chart helps eliminate this noise, showing in a simple, objective way when the market is in a state of irrational exuberance. For investors who have experienced financial bubbles in other markets, this tool is a visual reminder of what happens when speculation spirals out of control. The bright reds and oranges serve as a warning to slow down and assess whether it's a time of real opportunity or just temporary euphoria. Additionally, the rainbow chart not only helps you avoid buying at the peak, but also identifies good opportunities to sell. When you see the price reaching the highest zones and sense the market beginning to slow, it's time to think strategically about protecting your gains. Even if the price continues to rise after a potential sale, deciding to sell part or all of your assets at a high point can ensure you leave the market with a profit without relying on luck or guesswork. After all, in a world of cryptocurrencies, sharp movements up or down are common, and those who plan ahead using visual tools like the rainbow chart stand out by staying one step ahead. Another fascinating aspect of the Bitcoin rainbow chart is its ability to help investors manage their emotions during critical market moments. Imagine you're watching Bitcoin's price, and it enters a correction phase with a significant drop over the past few days. For many, the situation can create panic, leading them to impulsively sell and incur losses. However, by consulting the rainbow chart, you might see that Bitcoin's price has moved into the lower zones of the chart, like fire sale or accumulate. These bands indicate a bearish market that may offer good buying opportunities for patient and strategic investors. This is when large investors, known as whales in the cryptocurrency world, tend to step in. They understand that, during these periods, the market is selling out of fear, meaning prices are below fair value. By using the rainbow chart, you have the opportunity to think like these successful investors, taking advantage of accumulation zones to buy Bitcoin at lower prices and increase your holdings before the market rebounds. This approach helps shield you from negative emotions like fear and panic that can lead to hasty decisions. Instead, you act calculatedly, leveraging volatility to your advantage. On the other hand, when the market is booming, it's easy to get carried away by excitement and forget that corrections are inevitable. The rainbow chart, with its visual clarity, helps keep investors grounded, even if the price is rising quickly, if it's in the hodl or still cheap range. This indicates the movement is still healthy and hasn't yet reached a peak of euphoria. This way, you can stay calm and follow your long-term strategy, avoiding impulse selling in an upswing that may still have room for growth. This is the difference between getting swept up in the frenzy and taking a strategically observant approach guided by visual and historical data. Furthermore, The rainbow chart is useful for understanding cryptocurrency market cycles. Unlike traditional stocks, which may have more predictable movements, Bitcoin goes through marked bull and bear cycles, often associated with halving events and the entry of large institutional investors. Using a tool that maps these historical patterns in colors makes identifying repetitive trends easier. When the market enters a new bull or bear phase, the rainbow chart provides a visual reference to help understand where we are within the cycle. For those focused on long-term strategies, this is one of the best ways to prepare for the future, anticipating potential peaks and dips based on past occurrences. Now that you understand how the Bitcoin rainbow chart can help identify good buying and selling opportunities, let's dive deeper into how to integrate it into your investment strategy to maximize profits and minimize risks. One of the most effective approaches is to use the chart as a planning tool to set clear, realistic goals. For example, if you're investing in Bitcoin with a long-term goal, you can use the color zones to set entry and exit points based on the market's historical behavior. So, when Bitcoin is in accumulation zones, you'll know it's time to strengthen your positions. And when it's in euphoria zones, you might consider selling part of what you've accumulated to secure your gains. The strength of this strategy is that it allows you to act based on data rather than speculation or momentary emotions. This is something many experienced investors always emphasize. Planning is key to success. In the financial market, in the cryptocurrency world, where volatility is high and movements can be unpredictable, having a clear plan based on a visual chart like the rainbow chart gives you a significant strategic advantage. Even if the market is in a bullish phase and everyone around you is talking about easy profits, you know you're acting thoughtfully, with a defined exit strategy for when the price reaches overvaluation levels. Another benefit of using the rainbow chart is the potential for diversification. Although the focus is on Bitcoin, you can apply the same concept to other cryptocurrencies. Often, altcoins follow patterns similar to Bitcoin, with their own phases of euphoria and accumulation. By using a visual and logical approach to map these cycles, you can identify entry and exit moments for other assets in your portfolio as well. This diversification is essential to spreading risk and maximizing growth opportunities, allowing you to take advantage of the ups and downs of various cryptocurrencies without overexposing yourself to a single asset. A diversification strategy guided by charts like the rainbow chart can help you build a more robust and resilient portfolio. Finally, it's essential to remember that no tool is perfect. The rainbow chart offers a powerful visual representation of historical trends, but it's always wise to combine it with other forms of analysis, such as industry news, market reports, and even technical analysis. This broadens your perspective and better prepares you for unexpected events that could abruptly impact the market. As with any investment strategy, information is your best ally. The more you know and prepare, the better you'll be able to act confidently and strategically, making the most of what the cryptocurrency market has to offer. Now, let's explore how you can use the Bitcoin rainbow chart to develop a long-term investor mindset, focused on resilience and discipline. One of the biggest challenges in cryptocurrency investing is coping with the constant volatility and the daily flow of news affecting the market. When Bitcoin's price drops drastically, many new investors panic and sell, fearing further losses. On the other hand, when the price surges, it's common to see a rush to buy, driven by the fear of missing out on profits. However, the most successful investors know that these moments are actually opportunities to strengthen their positions and implement a solid strategy. Using the rainbow chart helps you develop a clear view of market cycles, understanding that ups and downs are natural parts of the process. When the price is in the lower zones, like fire sale or accumulate, it's a time when most are selling out of fear. But this is exactly where you may find the greatest growth potential. Adopting this mindset is what separates long-term investors from those trying to time the market. In the short term, instead of reacting to panic and euphoria, you use the chart to stay calm and make rational decisions, knowing that the best returns come to those who can hold their assets during uncertain times. Additionally, the rainbow chart helps you visualize and internalize the idea that success in the cryptocurrency market is not a straight line. Instead, you'll see a pattern of peaks and valleys with highs and lows that repeat over time. This perspective is essential for those new to investing, as it prevents you from making impulsive decisions based on short-term movements. The idea here is simple. If you know the price might drop today, but have a long-term outlook pointing to appreciation, it becomes easier to stay focused and resist the temptation to sell during downturns. To illustrate, consider the investors who bought Bitcoin in 2017 during the hype that drove the price close to $20,000, only to see it fall below $4,000 the following year. Those without a plan or clear strategy likely sold in panic, realizing substantial losses. However, those who stayed calm and continued investing during the downturn, especially in the accumulation zones indicated by the rainbow chart, saw their investments grow significantly in the years that followed as Bitcoin reached and exceeded $60,000. The key was understanding that, even in such a volatile market, cycles repeat, and opportunities arise for those who are prepared and informed. One of the most powerful aspects of the Bitcoin rainbow chart is that it not only helps identify good buying and selling moments, but also serves as an educational tool for those just entering the cryptocurrency world. If you're new to this market, it might seem confusing to understand why Bitcoin's price fluctuates so unpredictably. The chart, however, presents these fluctuations in a clear, visual way, allowing you to see patterns that repeat over time. This simplicity is what makes the rainbow chart so useful for beginner investors, as it helps demystify market cycles and eliminates the fear of the unknown. A practical example is understanding the concept of dollar-cost averaging, a strategy widely used by experienced investors. Instead of trying to pick the perfect moment to buy, you make regular purchases over time, regardless of the price. The rainbow chart can be a valuable ally in this process, showing in which zones Bitcoin is cheaper, encouraging you to increase your purchases during downturns and to exercise more caution during upswings. Over time, this approach can result in a more advantageous average price for your investment, reducing the impact of daily fluctuations and improving your long-term returns. Moreover, the rainbow chart is a visual tool that helps avoid one of the most common mistakes among investors: acting impulsively. How many times have you seen news that seemed to signal the end of Bitcoin, only to see it recover days or weeks later? The media tends to exaggerate at the extremes, either positively or negatively, and it's easy to get caught up in these dramatic stories. By using the rainbow chart, you can observe the situation more objectively and assess whether the drop is genuinely cause for concern or just a natural correction within the market cycle. This way, you avoid selling out of fear at times when you should actually be buying more. This objectivity is what makes the rainbow chart such a powerful tool for those who wish to learn and grow in the world of cryptocurrencies. It is not a crystal ball that predicts the future, but rather a guide that helps you see the forest for the trees, highlighting trends that may go unnoticed amidst the day-to-day volatility. Using this tool to develop an investment strategy means adopting an educated and informed stance, based on historical data and an understanding of how the market behaves over time. This is the mindset that leads to success, and it's what allows investors to remain confident in their decisions, even when the market seems out of control. For many investors, especially beginners, one of the biggest challenges is knowing how to react to extreme market movements. When Bitcoin is experiencing a steep rise, it's easy to be swept up in the excitement and believe that the price will continue to climb indefinitely. This feeling is known as FOMO, the fear of missing out, and it can lead to impulsive decisions, such as buying at the market's peak only to see the price drop shortly after. On the other hand, when the market is in a downward trend, fear can drive many to panic sell, locking in unnecessary losses. The rainbow chart helps combat these two emotional pitfalls by offering a clearer and more rational perspective. When Bitcoin reaches the higher zones of the rainbow chart, such as FOMO intensifies or sells seriously, it serves as a warning signal. In these areas, the market is generally in a state of euphoria, with many new investors jumping on the bandwagon out of fear of missing the opportunity. For those considering buying under these conditions, the chart suggests caution. It does not mean that the price cannot rise further, but that the risk of a correction is increasing. For more experienced investors, these zones are the ideal time to start protecting their profits, perhaps by selling some of the positions accumulated during the bearish phases. In this way, they secure a return, regardless of whether the market continues to rise or begins to correct. Similarly, when the market enters a bearish phase, with the price falling to the lower zones of the chart, such as fire sale or accumulate, the prevailing sentiment is pessimism. It's common to see negative news and dire predictions about Bitcoin's future, leading many to believe that the price will continue to fall indefinitely. However, for those who understand the market cycle and use the rainbow chart, these moments of extreme pessimism can be excellent buying opportunities. Historically, the best times to accumulate Bitcoin were precisely when the market was filled with fear and uncertainty. This strategy of buying during downturns and selling during upswings may seem simple, but it requires significant emotional discipline. This is where the rainbow chart becomes a powerful ally, as it not only provides an objective view of market conditions, but also helps maintain calm amidst volatility. When you see that the price is in an accumulation zone, you have a clear and visual reason to continue buying, even when everything around seems chaotic. And when the price reaches the zones of euphoria, the chart reminds you that it might be time to reduce your exposure a bit, securing the gains you've already achieved. Now let's talk about how the Bitcoin Rainbow Chart can be used to plan long-term investment goals, and how this can help create a smart exit strategy. One of the biggest challenges investors face is knowing when to take profits and exit a position. Most people end up making two main mistakes. Either they sell too early, missing out on a significant portion of the potential profit, or they hold their positions for too long, watching prices fall back to where they started. With the Rainbow Chart, you can avoid these scenarios by creating an action plan based on the color zones. The chart presents an effective approach is to set selling targets when the price starts moving into the higher zones, like FOMO intensifies or sell seriously. By doing this, you commit to selling a portion of your positions as the price rises, ensuring that you are locking in profits rather than risking losing everything. If there is a sharp correction, this strategy is called take profit and is a widely used technique by investors to ensure that part of the gains is preserved, even if the market experiences a reversal. The Rainbow Chart serves as a visual reminder of when it's the right time to consider this type of move, guiding your decisions strategically. Additionally, using the Rainbow Chart allows you to adjust your long-term goals according to market conditions. For example, if Bitcoin is in the HODL zone, this suggests that the market is in a phase of stability and that holding your positions might be the best choice. However, if you start seeing the price move into higher zones, this could be your opportunity to plan strategic exits and begin preparing for a possible trend reversal. In this way, you not only protect your investments but also maintain a clear mindset, focused on achieving your financial goals effectively. And of course, all of this should be seen as part of a larger strategy. The Rainbow Chart is not a prediction tool, but rather a way to visualize trends and patterns. When combined with other forms of analysis, such as studying economic news and monitoring global events that could impact Bitcoin's price, it becomes an integral part of a successful investment approach. For example, major regulatory changes or technological advancements in the world of cryptocurrencies can influence the market in ways that the chart alone cannot predict. However, using the Rainbow Chart as a foundation for your strategy helps integrate these broader insights. Now that we've discussed how the Bitcoin Rainbow Chart can guide your buying and selling decisions, let's explore how it can be used to understand and prepare for long-term market trends. In a world of cryptocurrencies, bull and bear cycles are inevitable. Bitcoin's price doesn't rise in a straight line. It goes through periods of substantial appreciation followed by significant corrections. For those new to investing, these cycles can be daunting. But for those who understand market dynamics, there are opportunities for growth and wealth building. The Rainbow Chart is particularly useful in helping you identify which part of the cycle the market is in. Historically, Bitcoin has gone through several bull cycles, where its price reached stratospheric peaks before entering a correction phase. During these bullish phases, the Rainbow Chart typically shows the price rising into zones like FOMO and sell seriously. This is a clear signal that the market is heating up, with many investors joining in due to excitement. This presents an excellent opportunity for those who already have accumulated positions to start planning their strategic exits, taking profits before the market enters a correction phase. Conversely, the bearish phases, where Bitcoin's price falls and pessimism prevails, are usually indicated by the accumulate and fire sale zones. During these times, many investors exit the market, believing that Bitcoin has lost its value. However, for long-term investors, these are the best opportunities to accumulate more assets at lower prices. Using the Rainbow Chart to identify these zones helps maintain focus and discipline, preventing you from being swayed by market fear and missing out on good buying opportunities. Understanding the cycle is crucial for success in cryptocurrency investing, even if the price is falling. If you have a clear long-term vision and use tools like the Rainbow Chart to guide your decisions, you will be better prepared to endure downturns and benefit from future recoveries. It's worth noting that cycles repeat themselves. If you look at Bitcoin's behavior over the years, you'll see that it has always gone through highs and lows, and each low has been followed by a new high. Understanding this dynamic and knowing how to identify these moments on the Rainbow Chart will allow you to position yourself strategically, seizing opportunities at the right time and avoiding unnecessary losses. Now that we understand how the Rainbow Chart can help identify buying and selling opportunities throughout market cycles, it's time to talk about the importance of having a strategic and disciplined mindset when investing in Bitcoin. One of the biggest challenges for investors, especially those starting out, is avoiding impulsive decisions based on emotions. When the market is up, euphoria can lead people to invest without thinking. And when the market falls, fear can drive them to sell at the worst possible moment. This is precisely where discipline and planning come into play. The rainbow chart acts as a compass, showing when the market is overly optimistic or pessimistic. But you are the one who needs to make the final decisions. To ensure that these decisions are always rational and well thought out, it's crucial to have an action plan before entering the market. Define your investment goals. Are you investing for the short, medium, or long term? How much are you willing to invest? And more importantly, how much are you willing to lose without compromising your financial well-being? These questions help create a solid strategy that will protect you from emotionally driven decisions. Moreover, a good investment plan should include clear entry and exit targets. This means knowing exactly when you will buy and when you will sell, based on the zones of the rainbow chart. For example, you might decide to always accumulate more Bitcoin when the price is in the lower zones, like accumulate or fire sale, and to sell a portion of your positions when the price reaches zones like FOMO intensifies or sell seriously. With this strategy, you eliminate the doubt and anxiety of trying to guess the perfect moment to enter or exit the market, as everything is already defined in advance. This strategic approach is what separates successful investors from those who are merely trying their luck. Remember, the cryptocurrency market is highly volatile, and while this brings great opportunities, it also presents significant risks. The rainbow chart won't tell you what to do, but it will provide the visual information you need to make well-founded decisions. And by following a well-defined strategy, you not only protect your investments against market swings, but also maximize your chances of long-term success. It's all about playing the long game and understanding that real opportunities lie in patience and discipline. One of the main advantages of the Bitcoin rainbow chart is its simplicity, which makes it an accessible tool even for those without experience in technical analysis. The cryptocurrency world can often seem intimidating, filled with complex charts and technical terms that can confuse new investors. But the rainbow chart stands out precisely because it transforms this complexity into something more visual and intuitive, using colors to simplify the understanding of the market. Thus, even those who have never invested before can easily understand if the current moment is a buying, waiting, or selling opportunity. Additionally, the simplicity of the chart doesn't mean it's less effective. On the contrary, it is based on a robust mathematical formula called logarithmic regression, which helps smooth out Bitcoin's extreme price fluctuations. This approach allows for the identification of long-term trends, offering a clearer and more objective view of market movements. Therefore, when you observe the chart and see the price rising into the upper zones, you know that it's entering a territory where enthusiasm and hype dominate the market. Conversely, when the price drops to the lower zones, you know that fear is dominating. And historically, these zones have been good for accumulation. Another important aspect of the rainbow chart's simplicity is that it can be used alongside other investment strategies, such as dollar cost averaging DCA. This strategy involves investing a fixed amount of money at regular intervals, regardless of the price. By using the rainbow chart, you can enhance this technique. For example, if Bitcoin's price is in a fire sale or accumulate zone, you might decide to temporarily increase the amount you invest, taking advantage of lower prices. This allows you to accumulate more Bitcoin at a lower average cost, improving your chances of profit in the long run. However, it's important to remember that despite its simplicity and effectiveness, the rainbow chart is not a crystal ball. It cannot predict external events that may influence Bitcoin's price unexpectedly, such as regulatory changes or economic crises. That's why it's essential to use the chart as part of a diversified strategy, and not as the sole basis for your investment decisions. The key to long-term success is to have a broad vision, combining the simplicity of the rainbow chart with other analyses and, of course, with a good dose of discipline and patience. Now that we've discussed the simplicity and strategic applications of the rainbow chart, it's time to understand how this tool can help maintain calm and confidence, especially during periods of high volatility. In the cryptocurrency market, price swings can be dramatic and often frightening for new investors. Imagine seeing the value of your investment drop 20% in a single day. For many, this experience is a reason for panic. However, the secret to success in the Bitcoin market is precisely not to act out of fear, but to remain calm and stick to your planned investment strategy. The rainbow chart helps to smooth out this emotional experience, as it offers a clear and rational view of where the price is in relation to its historical patterns. When you see the price falling into accumulate or fire sale zones, it may be tempting to sell everything and exit the market, but the chart reminds you that these moments of decline are opportunities to buy and accumulate. Similarly, when the price rises to the upper zones like FOMO or sell seriously, it can be easy to get caught up in the euphoria and want to buy more. But the chart suggests caution. indicating that it might be time to consider selling and taking profits. Maintaining this strategic mindset is crucial to avoiding the two biggest enemies of investors: fear and greed. The rainbow chart helps to keep these feelings at bay by providing a visual basis for your decisions, showing that the market's ups and downs are a natural part of Bitcoin's growth cycle. It doesn't eliminate risks, but it certainly helps to make them more predictable, allowing you to make decisions based on data rather than emotions. After all, those who manage to stay calm and disciplined during moments of panic are the ones who succeed in the long term. This approach is also reinforced by historical examples. If you look at Bitcoin's previous cycles, you'll see that it has gone through sharp declines and impressive recoveries countless times. Those who sold in panic ended up missing out on the recoveries, while those who held onto their positions, or even accumulated more during the downturns, reaped the rewards in the long run. This is why the rainbow chart is so valuable. It helps you visualize these moments of crisis, not as the end of a trend, but as part of a broader cycle of growth and retracement. In short, the Bitcoin rainbow chart is more than just a technical tool. It's a mental guide for navigating the ups and downs of the market. It helps you maintain focus, discipline, and confidence, even when everything seems uncertain. By using this tool correctly, you can transform periods of uncertainty into opportunities for growth, ensuring that your investment strategy is always grounded in data and logic, rather than impulsive reactions. Remember, the journey in the world of cryptocurrencies is long, but with the right tools and the right mindset, you can navigate it with much more security and success.